New at 4, President Trump is in Poland ahead of this week's G20 summit. He and First Lady Melania Trump arrived aboard Air Force One. A big topic at the meeting will be escalating tensions with North Korea. Happening now, the UN is holding an emergency meeting on North Korea's first successful launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile.
The United States is prepared to use the full range of our capabilities to defend ourselves and our allies. One of our capabilities lies with our considerable military forces. We will use them if we must.
Now, the South Korean president says he would like to see more sanctions against North Korea and adds the problem needs to be solved through peaceful means. We will have a closer look at what national security experts have to say. That's coming up at 4:30.
President Trump has often said the U.S. and Russia could have better relations. He's meeting with the Russian President Vladimir Putin this week. Kellen Howell with our digital partner Circa looks at what could come from it.
President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin will meet for the first time this week at the G20 summit in Hamburg, Germany. But big movement on Russia-U.S. relations isn't expected.
I don't think a lot can come of this meeting because obviously these two guys don't know each other.
But all eyes will be on both leaders for signs of possible leverage or a budding love fest. There's no specific agenda for the meeting, but it's been reported that Trump will likely bring up the war on terror, disputes in Syria and Ukraine, and unilateral agreements. Trump will also make a pit stop in Poland before the summit to promote U.S. natural gas exports, which could make a bromance between the world leaders difficult, since much of Europe relies on Russian natural gas. But it's Russia's meddling in the U.S. elections that many people back in the U.S. want Trump to address. And lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say Trump now needs to draw a line in the sand.
I think they need to, there need to be consequences to that.
He should make it plain that it won't be tolerated again.
Experts say Trump and Putin's meeting is only a starting point for diplomatic talks between the U.S. and Russia, and there's much more that will need to be hashed out.
Maybe the next meeting can get back to some real substance on issues like Syria or Ukraine or Eastern Europe more generally.
For Circa, I'm Kellen Howell.
Of course, tension is building across the Pacific. Coming up on